Hello, everybody. We are the Geeks and Degenerates. With me, as always, is John, and this is another episode of All Cut Up, the series where we're talking about TV shows that do not follow the Netflix formula of just dropping it all in one day.
Yeah.
And we continue with our Last of Us adventure. Nina isn't here; she's busy, so it's just us two
Yes.
people.
And hey, I'm back with my shitty camera. Like it is very sad. Not the fact that my phone has a way better camera than my own setup. So I was like, oh no, I don't want my shit to be low quality. And I put up my phone. I'm like, this is very sad.
But yeah, anyway, to recap the last episode, did you cry in the last episode with Bill and Frank?
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't there for that review, but yes, it is one of my favorite episodes from this season as so far.
Yeah.
It was a slow one. I'm just giving a very quick rundown. It's a very like slow. It's not. There's no zombies or anything like that. Not a lot of action. There's action, but more ways than one. It's very sweet, and I'm glad it had, like, say what you will, yes, they both died, but that was a happy ending.
Yeah.
Like, you can't deny that's a happy ending, and I loved it. And I do see that there's a little bit of a backlash on it. Look, there's not just one sexuality in this world, so calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And, Bill is actually gay in the game, so it's not like it's not deviating from its source materials.
Yeah. And like, I wouldn't trade that for anything else, because that was probably one of the best TV shows I've seen in a while, period. TV episodes, I mean. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree too. I was like, I haven't had a show make me sit down, contemplate life, and then cry.
Yeah.
You know?
And then moving forward from our puddle of tears, we move into episode 4, which really heavily focuses on Joel and Ellie. And you pick up where, again, as Seb has said, this shot-for-shot remake of the first game, where you get the pun book and you're like, I can't believe in a show that's this bleak, they found the time to include the pun book.
I love the pun book. Like, she pulls it out. It's her last resort, because, well, knowing Joel, he's not much of a conversationalist in the apocalypse, so she pulls out everything in her arsenal just to start a convo. And yeah, it's a fun time seeing them finally bond, because we've been waiting 3 episodes for them to finally like click. Like we have the father and daughter dynamic, which we are building up to. It's not there yet, but we are building up to.
It's gonna take a while.
And yeah, this is, I would say, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing episode, but it is very much a filler episode.
Yeah, it's just getting from point A to point B. But yeah, in between that filler, I told you off camera, like I was like Leonardo DiCaprio going, it's the thing. It's the thing.
They did it. They said it.
Yeah. Like,
by the way, sorry, go on.
No, I think you're gonna head to the point like when they trade the car for some random dude's truck, and like Ellie is like, I found this. Does it make you feel nostalgic? I was like, all right, you pulled that off. You can't not do the magazine scene now.
Yeah, and then it's like, how do you walk with that?
Hey, Ellie, that ain't for kids. Hold your horses. I don't see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, and then she like looks at it and is like, oh, some of these pages are stuck together. And Joe, I mean, he's like, I love it that, it's not like line per line, like he's not saying the exact same thing that Joel said in the game.
Yeah.
But he's just like, while Joel in the game is like, Again, I love that scene. I love it that they showed it.
Yeah.
I was watching it with my mom too, and she was like, "What the fuck?"
I'm just fucking with you. Bye bye, dude. And then,
Bye bye, dude.
And then they stop for the night, and then you get more of the dynamic between Joel and Ellie. And again, like you said, it's like building up that father and daughter relationship to where you need it towards the end to really cement a choice Joel makes.
Yes, for the newcomers out there. Okay, yeah, I know it's spoiler. We are a spoiler like channel, but we'll try our best to keep us from talking anywhere further from where we are stopped.
I just said he has a choice. I didn't say what or where.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
But I love how Ellie, as they're about to sleep, she's like, she says a pun like, "Why did the Scarecrow get an award?" And Joel's like,
Nah. But that's the end, though.
"Oh yeah." First he's like, "Is there anyone watching us?" He's like, "Nah, there's nothing."
Yeah. I love this scene. Like, it's not a lot. Like, it's just them camping.
Yeah.
But it does so much for character development when it came to Joel, because when Ellie goes, "You sure there's nothing like gonna come after us in the middle of the night?" He was like, "No." Then Joel like thinks to himself for a bit, and then the next scene is Ellie asleep, but Joel standing up on guard the whole night. I was like, oh, I don't know why that was such a powerful scene. Yeah. Not a lot were said, but
I think truly is starting to care for Ellie, even though he's like, "You're just cargo." You're like, "No, there's something more to that."
Where she asked like, "Are we family?" I was like, "No, you're cargo."
Yeah.
Which is like, is it a line in the game? I forgot.
I forget too, but like, you're like, you know what? That's definitely something Joel early in the game. And like in the game, there's just like what, 3 hours in already, or like maybe 3 hours in that you're already attached to these characters.
Trying to remember.
Yeah, and like I love how the detail of Ellie. You see how much Ellie hates coffee, because that's a detail in number 2, where she's like, "I don't get why Joel likes coffee. It smells like shit. It's just never my thing."
Not gonna lie, I get her.
Yeah.
Like, coffee doesn't taste that great. You kind of just have to grow into it.
Yeah.
Like, if it's your first time tasting it, and you're just like, "Ooh, well, it smells good. I like how coffee smells. I just don't like how it tastes."
I love how she's like, it smells like dried shit, and Joel's just like,
yeah, he slurps it on like, they're bonding.
Yeah.
Well, they're at it. Of course, she lets out a couple more puns, and they get to the part where I was like, they did the thing. I'm looking at my mom. She's like, "What thing? I didn't play the game." I'm like, "Okay."
Going back a bit, like when he pulls out the bolt action rifle, I was like, "Oh shit."
He loses it later on.
True. But like they did the edit of Ellie being like, "I'm not even that sleepy."
Yeah, I love that. But when they got to the city, of course I love it that she's navigator.
Yeah.
So they're going around the city, and we get that scene that we saw, I think, in the trailer, like the Last of Us game trailer.
Yeah.
Where you're like, "Should we help him?" And Joel goes like, "He's not even hurt." Here, he says nope.
Yeah.
I don't like comparing, but I love the scene a lot.
Yeah, I do too. No, he does say he's not even hurt. And
he says, Ellie asks, "Are we gonna help him?" He's like, "Nope." Then just drives.
Again.
And the difference between, sorry,
fucking Mandela effect then.
Right? This entire show's a Mandela effect. Like, we're trying to figure out, was that exactly the game, or was it not? Did they change it up a bit? Here they changed it up a bit. They didn't run over the guy. The guy was able to dodge away. Yeah. But yeah, it was an ambush. And I think the dialogue between him and
No, I thought they were going to do the scene where a guy's about to stab him with a glass, and then Joel just reverses it.
Yeah, where there's glass on the windowsill and somebody's pushing your head towards it. Oh yeah. I wish they could do that, but I really hope they don't, because I don't want Pedro Pascal to suffer any permanent damage.
I mean, I'm sure they will use props. They're not going to put the characters in danger.
Yeah.
I like the bad guys speak like the NPCs, like, "You motherfucker, you got Tom."
Yeah, you got Tom. I don't care who the fuck Tom was. He dead now. I'm coming for you next.
Right? You're like, when Joel was shooting out, I was like, you know what? If that was me, I would just find a way to sneak past them and then ambush them from behind. Just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
To just conserve ammo.
Hit him with a 2x4.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's a cool scene, and I love my mom's reaction where she was like, "Oh my god, the supplies!" I was like, "I know, right?"
Right?
It's like even I was like, "Damn, I know that feeling."
So much ammo, so wasted. Oh well, at least
All the food.
Yeah, at least you escape with like one of the big guns for a bit. Like,
For a bit.
Ellie crawls away, and then Joel clears house, but he's ambushed again. And I thought this was the scene where Ellie goes, "Oh man, I killed the shit out of him, didn't I?" But no, like the scene was gonna play out in many ways in my head. Like I thought she was also going to do the thing where she stabs the guy just hits her, and then Joel kills him.
Yeah. I think we keep saying this. Like we're expecting this scene to happen. We're expecting this scene to happen, but they didn't do it in this episode, and we're like, I guess they're not gonna do it, and then they do it in the next episode.
Right.
So I feel like they're gonna do the holy shit, I really killed shit out of that guy scene, and Joel legit losing it after one person like put their hands on Elle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it might happen next episode.
Yeah. But she does paralyze poor Brian. It's like begging. I'm like, that has happened in the game where you like break a piece of wood over the guy. He's like, I'm sorry. You're like, no.
The whole guy's like, wait. No. Well, he's an idiot. The man had a shotgun and when he started choking Joel with it, and I'm like, you could have just shot him in the back.
Right?
That's on you. Like, you lost ammo, you could have hit him in the back.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Just charging and he wasn't looking anyway.
Yeah. And like him calling out for his mom, I was like, "Oh, that's a little rough."
And Ellie's having to hear it. You're like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah, I do like that. There's not the murder, the fact that Ellie, like at the start of the show, she was kind of like, as Nina said, she was like interested. Wow, this is violence. This is what the real world is like. And then when she actually starts to witness it, like she's involved with it, she starts to like, hesitate. She's scared now. She runs behind a wall and covers her ears as her father figure like just prison shacks somebody.
Yeah.
And like my mom was like, why didn't she shoot him? Trust me, Mom. In the apocalypse, you don't want to waste a bullet on these guys.
Yeah. I thought Joel's gonna curb stomp the guy like in the game.
I really wish that happened. Like we're at the point of view of the guy, and then you just see Pedro Pascal like making us eat his boot.
But all that noise brings in reinforcements as Joel and Ellie sneak away. The rest of the hunters come and like you see their base. You meet Kathleen, who I don't think was ever in the game.
I don't remember. Also the doctor. But I was like, I could have sworn there was a doctor somewhere, and I'm starting to have a whole Mandela effect with.
Yeah.
Like I think that was in the second game. Maybe I don't know. But a little interesting fact that Enzo told me yesterday when we watched this is that the guy with the beard, like the full-on tactical guy, is the voice of Tommy.
Yeah.
Is that like legit correct? Like,
yeah. He's played by Jeffrey Pierce. Like I heard him talk, I was like, your voice is way too familiar.
Oh, but that makes me so happy because this guy wasn't just like in the background. That's the actor. Like it's not like Ashley Johnson, and we're just gonna see like a glimpse of her, and then they're gonna cut away. This guy had full dialogue, full screen time, and he was involved with said main characters.
Yeah.
Or very pivotal characters. So that gives me a lot of hope for Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson.
Yeah.
I really can't wait to see them on screen.
Already else that Nolan North made a cameo too.
Well, I don't know. He's still. I watch his YouTube channel.
He's the I ain't gonna ask again. Bang bang. You know.
You know. But like, he's been kind of focused on his like YouTube channel. I'm not sure if he made a quick cameo, but
yeah. But yeah, like the dog. Kathleen mentioned some names, and one of them is Henry. You're like, oh, she's looking for Henry. And like in the game, Joel's like, are you two just by yourselves? And Henry's like, we used to be more. Oh.
Yeah. No. yeah, I guess that's the story of it. Like, a number of people kind of just didn't want to be part of this somewhat scavenger-esque mercenary group.
Yeah. Also makes sense that they have two leaders instead of people just being like dropped into a city and being like, you want to fuck shit up? Sure.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that's kind of realistic. Where you just run into another bunch of scavengers and then you just try to kill each other for the loot.
Or like, I mean, it's more realistic than just people just being there to just be cannon fodder for the game. Like, alright, it's time to shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And I'm glad they didn't go with, yeah, we did have a shootout early on, but we didn't have this whole, the entire way wasn't a shootout. Like, once they finished this area, they tried their best to stay quiet and hide. Like, Ellie and Joel did not want to run into more of them. Not like us, where we're like, I can't wait to shoot another dude. In game, don't take that out of context.
Oh yeah,
God.
Like I had this baseball bat. I really want to practice it on someone.
Right, Your Honor. He said this in one of the videos. Like, so somebody's gonna use this against me.
Like, the funniest complaint I've ever seen is like, there's not enough scissors in the show. Or shivs.
Again, just like what we said, like, oh, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, and then they do it the next episode.
Yeah.
But when Joel needs to get creative, he will duct tape a couple of scissors to a PVC pipe.
Probably. And like, Kathleen and the guy's name is Perry find the places where Sam and what's the guy's name? Henry were hiding. And like below them, you see like a huge crack. You're like, oh, I think I know what that is.
Yeah, well, I love it that we have never seen this in the game before.
Yeah.
We have never experienced something pulsating off the ground before, but we all knew it was like, that's a bloater.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt about it, that's a bloater.
And just Kathleen's like, you know what? We'll deal with it when we get there. But it's right, no. When we find Henry and Sam, and then we'll deal with it.
It is odd because it does look like they're able to have explosives. I was like, why not just like drop a couple of C4s in there and just, you know,
True.
like just take care of that problem before it becomes a bigger problem.
Yeah.
And it's walking.
Yeah, before it becomes Doomsday with mushrooms. Like, that's bad news.
Yeah, I really wonder if they're gonna introduce the spores as well.
Yeah, because it chucks it at you.
Yeah, like that's the reason why it's called a bloater. Like, shit's like oozing out of it.
Yeah.
It's fat.
I do like the conversation between Joel and Ellie when he's like, you know, you being a kid, you shouldn't have had experience what happened with Brian, and I'm sorry it had to go down that way, but I am grateful because it was either me or him. I didn't hear it coming, and if it wasn't for you, it would have been the end of me, so thank you. And that's the conversation they have after Ellie's training with a rifle in the game.
Yeah, you know, I like it they did it so smoothly, like I didn't even notice the line.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I just noticed, like I just remembered. He did say it was either him or me, you know, like, it was, they had that conversation. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like it almost escaped me too, and then I was like, wait a minute, they're having this alright. And you see Ellie's just reaction of like, this isn't the first time I had to kill somebody. And you're like, do you mean someone close to you? Or like just some random person? And then as Joel and Ellie are sneaking up at night towards the building, like Ellie also asked him, like, you said that you knew the guy wasn't hurt. Or you knew he wasn't hurt. And he's like, yeah, I've been on both sides. And she's like, have you killed innocent people? And Joel's like, look, there's more stairs.
No, they did change up the dialogue for that one. It's like, how did you, like, in the game, Ellie goes, how did you know the guy wasn't hurt? How did you know it was an ambush? And Joel would have been like, I'm paraphrasing here. Back in my day, that's what we would have done. That's what he, if I remember correctly, that's what he says in the game. I was like, again, I don't hate it for not sticking to the dialogue. I like it that they're making it a tad bit newer for us.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
You know that Joel has done some shady shit, but like
Yeah,
by the end, you're like, I don't mind.
Yeah, and like you don't really care if the message just like relate to us. Like, yeah, he did a lot of sketchy shit. He was on both sides.
Yeah.
You get it. You know, he would have done the exact same thing.
And like they have this again a bonding moment where she says a joke.
Yeah, he was like hey, he can't make it up the stairs or some shit like that, and she goes like, you're kind of getting slow. I'm like, I'm 56.
I love the pun too of like, she says, makes it out to be serious. Like, did you know diarrhea is hereditary? It runs in your genes. And he's like, that is so goddamn stupid.
And then they start giggling. I also
read
love
that
the
they
scarecrow
broke
one.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that they broke character for the diarrhea one. Like Pedro just lost it.
I mean, it's a good pun.
Yeah,
but I love the scarecrow one where it's like, did you know that Scarecrow won an award?
Yeah.
And it was like, because he was outstanding in his field. And I was like, ah.
And she's like, you dick. I'm like, yeah.
You dick.
And then Ellie wakes Joel up, and then you see Henry, and you see Sam just go, shh. And like, you're like, wait. Bill and Frank was emotional enough. But in the game, that's not where it emotionally peaks. Oh, no. So, are you ready to get emotionally?
No.
You ain't ready.
Just get ready, like... The Last of Us world isn't a good world.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh no, we haven't hit the brothers yet. What the fuck are we gonna do when we have the brothers and the David team?
Yeah, there's gonna be multiple arcs that we have to get ready for. Like, we passed through Tess's arc. That was a sad death. We passed through Frank and Bill's arc. Also sad deaths. We're gonna get through Henry, and then we're gonna get to the snow one, and then now we're gonna get to the giraffe.
And then we get to the ending.
Yeah, and then we get the ending, yay. This is gonna be a roller coaster of a ride, but I will say this is a really good episode. It's really good. But this is probably the weakest episode.
Yeah, you said it was filler. Like, I prefer this kind of filler though than like something like the Bad Batches filler where I'm like, why the fuck do I like this stupid franchise?
Yeah, it's like, remember this completely, like, you know, lethal ex-military team that you like from the Clone Wars? Here's a little bit of those two sisters you saw in the last season. I'm like, no! But yeah. I will say, but don't take it lightly. Like, I'm not saying this is a bad episode. This is a really good episode.
Yeah, that's the point. It's like, for filler, I want to watch this filler again. Because it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, so like, right now, Last of Us is going like this, and it just went like this.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how low it went. That's it. And then it keeps going up, depending on the next episode. I don't know how they're going to execute the Henry and David arc.
Henry and Sam. David.
Henry, whatever. Anyway.
But like, if the bloater doesn't separate someone's face, I'm going to be like, oh, that's a waste of the opportunity.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I would love to see in the next episode for them to just have that one guy just get grabbed by the neck and then the bloater's just like screaming. Like,
man.
Like, do all the fatalities that it does to Joel to other people.
Yeah. Yeah, but we don't really do ratings on the show, but like, I would like to ask your final thoughts on like where we're going.
So far, so good. Like, this is maybe the reason why I'm saying it's the weakest episode, because there's not much emotional impact like the other episodes have done. Like, yeah, we got the death of what was her name again?
Tess?
No. Different. Daughter of their Sarah, yeah. We keep getting those. We didn't really get like a major character death here.
Yeah.
That's why it kind of was like, oh, thank God I needed this. Like, I needed a little bit of like when we play Last of Us is when we just shoot the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
You know, and like I appreciate that, but we also it also like kills two birds with one stone with making us relive the game, but also giving us character development between Ellie and Joel, and like expanding on that father-daughter storyline.
Yeah. And as Seb mentioned, we are moving faster than we did in the game because in the game, Joel has to fall down an elevator first, and then we get to Henry and Sam.
Oh yeah, he does. No, but they better put this in. They better put in that one fucking mission where you're in the fucking basement and you have to turn on a stupid ass generator in a room filled with clickers. Like you just and all of them just going crazy. I'm like, oh god.
With one
I
voter
want Joel to
two-
experience it.
one voter two, you're like, fuck me.
right? And you have to like match it too. Like, please just turn on.
If not,
Yeah.
then it just proves that the showrunners are just playing this show on like the easiest difficulty.
Yeah.
But yeah, good episode, good action. Like I like how they're not doing the gruesome brutality for the sake of shock, dude. Like you don't really see people's heads get smashed in or like gruesome headshots. No, like most of the violence is like off screen or like from a distance, which I like.
It's very tasteful.
Yeah.
Like, be mad at it if you want to. Like, oh, that's how the game was.
Yeah.
Again, like, it does more, like, service to you.
But yeah, we won't do our social plugins because these episode 4 and 5 connect. So all I'll say for now is we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
No, fuck you. You can find me at JohnGOM_ on Instagram. It is my art account. Ciao.
Alright, fucking artist, something.
Yeah.